and welcome to The Journal, Centennial's #1 source for student news. I'm your host, Anja Ellam.
And I'm Yianna Parra.
Today's show brings multiple components of student living to the table. From drinking on a budget to being a dance teacher, it's going to be an absolutely insane show for you all today.
That's right, Centennial. If you're strapped for cash, Dr. Roberto explores the option into drinking on a student budget and actually getting a buzz on.
As a student, drinking is one of those things that you do when you hang out with your friends. Although, with the rising cost of education, affording these outings can be a bit of a problem. This is why we decided to create this tutorial on how to get drunk for $25 or less. Sadly, we don't know if this is possible, yet. To find out if getting drunk for cheap can happen, we gathered a few helpful items. We bought a breathalyzer to track the results in different kinds of alcohol for cheap. I also gathered some friends who would select one type of alcohol and stick to it for the rest of the night. Here's what they had to choose from. My first purchase was Fax. This beer has 10% alcohol. It costs $3.35 for one of these cans. Not bad. For the next choice, we picked up the cheapest wine we could find. We bought a bottle of Fusion Shiraz Malbec for just under $8. Bright's Pale Dry Select was also in our shopping cart. This cost just under $8 and had 20% alcohol in it. We also picked up a 750 milliliter bottle of Innocent Gun, costing only $4.95. Summersby is another cheap item that we picked up, costing only $3.75 per can. Lastly, I picked up Pabst Blue Ribbon. For 12 bottles of Pabst, it costs $16.95. So we let my friends pick their poison. We interviewed them between drinks. Here's the result.
Much the same, right?
Same, yeah. No difference.
Okay, so I'm gonna put on record that I haven't eaten, and this is 10%.
On the verge. Yeah, you're on the verge. Yeah.
Already feeling the effects a little bit.
I'm feeling a little drunk right now.
I feel an A-OK. A little bit more drunk.
Yeah, I finished my bottle.
You good?
Not like good, not like normal good, but like drunk good.
I will be honest, it is affecting me.
I do feel drunk.
Let's see how much your alcohol content's at. So what's it at? 0.13. Alright, so what does it say? Alright, so what does it read? Oh yeah, so you're still the same. Basically, you're not feeling it.
So yeah, it is possible to get drunk for $25 or less. All you have to do is follow these simple steps. Step 1. Choose and buy your alcohol for cheap. Here's a quick list of things that you can choose from. 6 bottles of Summersby and Fax can be bought for just under $25. 12 bottles of Pabst can be bought for just under $20. Or get a bottle of wine for $8. And 1 bottle of Innocent Gun is worth $4.95, the cheapest out of all the drinks. Step 2. Find somewhere to drink your alcohol with your friends. Step 3 is whatever you want it to be. And step 4, profit by being drunk for less. Now you can start saving money for things like the cab ride home.
Well, that looked really fun.
Yeah, we need to try that.
Definitely. Okay, well, drinking on a student budget can be just that. It is important we remind you about the seriousness and dangers of consuming too much alcohol.
That's right, Yianna. When you're having fun out with friends, make sure to appoint a designated driver as someone who will remain sober and arrange other means of transportation like cabs or TTC. But for right now, let's move on to our next segment, a brilliant piece that might just warm your heart on this cold winter day. Here's Sam Chessman's piece, Smart Cookie, on The Journal.
First you put the sugar and then you add the chocolate chip cookie and then you put in the cheese.
We need to put the other sugar in there.
No?
Yep. Okay. I think the butter. Uh-oh. You stuck your finger in it.
Yeah.
got something against getting your hands dirty?
Okay. Big hole. I made a big hole so I can squish it in like a marshmallow. I roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, and then I put it on the side.
On the side. What's a side? Isn't it a tray?
Yeah.
What's a side?
I made a poop.
You made a poop.
You're doing good.
Don't touch it now because that's very hot. You're doing an awesome job. Then I take this one. So the snowman.
Like it.
You like it?
You think?
Would you say it's one of the best cookies you've ever
I
eaten?
thought it was just the funniest thing. It's great.
That was heartwarming. That was the cutest thing I've seen in weeks. And it's kind of embarrassing because that little girl can bake better than I can.
Is that true?
It really is.
She can be cute at the same time while baking cookies. Anyways, if you are into Picasso or Van Gogh, this segment is something that you want to check out. Next on the journal, Mary Kate explores the logic of subduction, where we can take a look through the eyes of an artist on the verge of blindness. Here it is. I can't actually wait for
The title of the show is The Logic of Subduction. And subduction is a term that most people would be familiar with in geological terms. It refers to the tectonic plates, so the Earth's crust, that move against each other. The work is actually all made out of a series of books. They're actually Reader's Digest condensed novels. And I chose them deliberately, or actually I guess I chose the category of books because these have already undergone a process of editing that I equate with a process of loss. And if you were reading it, you wouldn't necessarily be aware of what's missing, but you might be aware that there is something missing. My process with them was to cut them again to a uniform depth, so that I was actually cutting away a cross-section of them, kind of, I guess, likening that to another process of editing. Then they've been drilled and compressed under hundreds of pounds of pressure between steel compression plates. And then the surfaces have been polished glass smooth. And then after that, you know, these now sort of mute books, I've taken my own writings and etched them into the surface. They largely come from, they're sort of excerpts from journals that I've written as I've been traveling, places that are the memories that I actually want to keep, even if someday the sense of sight disappears. And some of the first ones that I cut as a test, you can see on this one, the letters are actually cut into it, and the surface is burned. And it was doing these first tests that led me to understand that I needed to polish the surface, because it's actually the rough paper fibers that are burned on the surface. So this is also a phrase that appears several times in the show, as if it had been quietly erased. And there was a catastrophe here. I think as my vision changes and as I experience loss, I don't know if I will become blind. I know that my vision is going to get worse. but in many ways I've prepared myself, or have been preparing myself for years. And I think that as this body of work has come to a conclusion, or is coming to a conclusion, that where I've been going with ideas for the next work is largely connected to fleeting imagery. A young guy named Brandon came in, and he was looking at the work, and I just said that if he had any questions, I was just photographing. He was free to, should feel free to ask me. So he looked around a bit more, and then he said, well, I do have a question, and it's that I really love this, but I don't get it. I asked him if he could tell me what it was that he found so frustrating about the work. And he said, well, they're books, so I started this at the left side because we read left to right. And I moved along with this magnifier, and the text just stops. And so I backed up a little bit, and then something else is there, and then I moved along to the next book, and it just stops. And I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to be understanding from this. And as he went on, describing more and more of this experience, I just thought, if I had a gold star, I would give it to you. That's the experience I'm trying to create. But it's, in many ways, I think it's something that is about inaccessibility. It's about the experience of inaccessibility. It's about the growing frustration of not being able to see things.
Anja, what would you want to see, the last thing, if you lost your sight?
I would probably want to see like all of the art in the AGO, or like the most beautiful beach in the world. Mm-hmm. What would you do or see?
I would love to go backpacking across Europe, but I wouldn't want to do it myself. I would like Harry Styles to come with me. So if he is watching, you're coming with me to Europe. Yeah.
Just have something else to look at.
Exactly.
But speaking of styles, coming up next on the journal, we have an exciting look into student fashion with Raquel Scarafile's Fashion Redux.
You will learn how to get the latest styles right off the runway of Paris, Milan, just under $100.
What are we waiting for? Let's roll the segment.
Let's see it.
Here's Fashion Redux.
Welcome to Red Carpet Redux. I'm your host, Raquel Scarafile, and today we have 3 special guests. One is our fashion expert from Toronto, and the other 2 are volunteers who will be wearing our Red Carpet Redux outfits. Welcome to the show. What exactly makes a red carpet fashion?
Well, red carpet fashion is something that's very glam, very chic, very stylish, and many times very over the top. It's a way for the artist or actor or whatever to express their style, and a way for the designer to really express their style as well. So it's a really nice combination between the two.
About a week ago, we talked about some of your favorite red carpet outfits worn by Jennifer and Ian. Let's show the audience your absolute favorite outfits worn on the red carpet.
So over here we have Jennifer Lawrence at the European Hunger Games premiere. In this picture, she is wearing the Ralph Lauren collection, and it totals for about $2,300. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Ian Somerhalder, and in this picture, he is wearing the Zenga jacket, shirt and tie, with Stronghold jeans and Diesel suede shoes, and this outfit costs $1,350.
So what we did is we took your 2 favorite outfits and gave them to my Redux team to find. So let's take a look at what our creative team has put together. Julian, come on in with Ian's Redux outfit.
Julian's outfit has a very similar style to that of Ian's. The tie and the hanky are both gray. The jacket is very similar. And the pants, although not the same style, the color is basically dead on. And the shoes, although they're not suede, they are, again, more laid back, so it also helps with the style that Ian had in the picture.
Thank you, Julian. So next we have Beth in Jennifer's Redux outfit.
Okay. Beth's outfit has a very similar shape to Jennifer's and the same silhouette. The dress itself is, again, very similar in the style. The belt itself is pretty dead on to the one that Jennifer was wearing in the picture. And although the dress itself is not the same print, I think this print also helps to add a lot of texture that was seen in Jennifer's. So overall, it's a job well done.
Thank you, Beth. That's all the time we have for today's. Thank you, Monique, for being our fashion expert, and thank you, Julian and Beth, for being our volunteer models. I'm your host, Raquel Scarafile, and this was Red Carpet Redux.
I know what I'm doing after the show. Shopping, Yianna?
Definitely, I'm in. Next up, we have Samantha Romanchuck. We will take a journey through space as she interviews Salmon Blitz, security of the UFT Astronomy and Space Exploration Society.
How exciting. Let's get to the clip.
Let's do it.
If we are all collected on Earth, we're putting all of our eggs in one basket. I hesitate to be a doomsayer, but eventually in the lifetime of a species, a planet will, at some point, whether it be 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, get hit by an asteroid or an epidemic. It's inevitable that if we want to survive, we will branch out off of Earth. This has to happen at some point. So why not do it sooner rather than later?
We still have smart engineers coming out of schools, and we'll have new vehicles. Now it's time to move on to something, to get on to past low Earth orbit.
We know for sure it's going to 2020. It could even go farther, and there will be a lot of good science to come out of the work that we're doing on the space station.
I think why a lot of us got into this business was exploration and seeing what's over the next horizon.
ASX's mission is to spread interest in and knowledge of astronomy and space exploration. We do this by giving access to University of Toronto facilities and telescopes so people can look out into the universe and learn about it. We give talks by professionals, by astronomers, by physicists to explain the universe to people. And we show cool movies and give people free food and try to get them to learn about the universe around us. There's an Isaac Asimov story, actually, I believe it's Isaac Asimov. There's a fiction story, and I want to credit Isaac Asimov with it, where they sprinkle diamonds on the moon so that companies will go pick up the diamonds off the moon and bring them back to Earth. And then there's your obvious profit motive, and then companies will be able to go do things like land on the moon and develop new technologies. But until that happens, it's going to take a public commitment to develop new technologies and explore space for the sake of exploring space. A company will never get funding in a classic corporate environment for a mission to Mars or sending a probe to Venus, because this has no immediate profit return. The money that is given to NASA doesn't simply disappear from the American economy, it's funneled straight to American workers. Almost every dime is given to an American manufacturer, which pays American workers to develop American technologies. NASA is a spectacular innovator. So many technologies, so many offshoots come from NASA technologies, NASA innovation. Things like better refrigeration and better insulation, grooves on the highway so that your car doesn't skid off the road when it's icy. I mean, they actually issue a book every year of offshoot technologies that are now available and being used in countless American homes that come directly from NASA technology and NASA and investment in American space exploration. This means not only more American technologies, this means more new American patents every year. I think it's great for the American economy to give money to NASA.
R2 is scheduled to travel to the station aboard Discovery as part of mission STS-133, targeted to launch in November. For the past several months, R2 has been undergoing tests and upgrades at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. In August, it will be shipped to the Kennedy Space Center in Florida for final testing and packing.
A robot is programmed to do a limited set of tasks. A robot can do exactly what you program the robot can do. Like your computer at home is capable of doing only what the manufacturers put into it. If a Mars rover is walking along and it sees a glimmer of something really, really interesting off on the horizon, that it's not programmed to really pay attention to. That's not a problem that the Mars rover is going to be able to investigate further. Whereas a human walking along the Martian landscape who sees a glimmer off on the horizon of something really cool, they are going to be highly motivated to go off and see what that is, and they'll have the intuition and ability to figure out what it is. Our athletes at the Olympics were robots. We wouldn't spend half an hour before the skiing event talking about their family and their past and how they overcame. No, they're a robot. You just go straight to the event. At the end of the day, I would love to see humans in space also because this is a viscerally exciting thing to see. You can go into space. It's way cooler than that robot can go into space.
We're back in the studio, but not for long. We're going live on location with host Yianna Parra as she explores Chinese New Year in Toronto. I'm hungry already. Yianna, take it away.
Hi, we are here at the Dim Sum King Seafood Restaurant for the Chinese Lunar New Year food tour. We're going to be having some dumplings. Let's get right to it.
And then they have, the team to show up.
I'm here at Dragon Mall City with Shirley Lum, and Shirley Lum is a culinary historian, food taste of the world. Shirley, how did you come to do this tour?
It evolved. People would ask, "Oh, have you done a food tour that includes Toronto Chinatown?" So we thought we had to set this record straight. How many Chinatown? So we started doing that.
Okay.
And then one thing led to another. So we would do tours initially just from spring until fall. And then people asked, "Oh, but what about Chinese New Year?" And then we said, "Oh, okay. Why don't we?" Dim sum you can eat year-round. But what's even more significant when it's New Year Day, on that day, they actually would serve special dishes with added ingredient like fat choy, which was part of our greeting. And fat choy is actually a seaweed. And right now, this week, we won't see it. But on New Year Day, we would have actually seen it.
Most of the dim sum I ate was really good. Unfortunately, some I couldn't eat because most dumplings have shrimp in it. And I'm allergic.
And then try a little bit of that, put a bit of that in your spoon, and then pour a bit on, right? And then...
That was my very successful attempt using chopsticks.
The greetings were in Cantonese, Gong Hei Fa Choi, and then in Mandarin we said it Gong Shi Fa Chai, and then the one that we all love, we're nodding our head up and down, the Vietnamese one, Chuk Mang Nam Moi. Happy New Year, and don't forget, eat, eat, eat. That's my mother's famous line. Throughout the tour, you're going to see red. And all the decorative stuff is in red and gold. So you might remember I mentioned red symbolizes happiness or good luck. And then the gold color is the color of money. And so you would wear red, New Year, birthdays, and weddings for that reason. And then same thing with the gold.
After Shirley taught us about the certain types of decorations and colors used for Chinese New Year, she took us to see how dumplings were made at the Dumpling House restaurant.
The bakery right now, you'll notice a lot of stuff. You eat it year-round. You've seen it when you go in to buy. But there's some stuff, again, that's even more significant when it's New Year. So in my tray, I actually had stuff that are now sold out because people buy them and then when they're gone, they're gone. So you'll notice these little ones that look like biscotti. They're actually deep fried. And if you look closely when you're getting yours and hold it up, you'll notice it looks like little smiling faces or mouth. And they're actually called that in Chinese. And you eat those when it's your wedding banquet or Chinese New Year. And the idea is you start the New Year smiling and laughing. And who doesn't want laughter when it's New Year, right? For 15 days, you're eating either with your family or your friends and your co-workers, right? And just celebrating New Year for 15 days. And then you go to the gym and work out.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
Wait, so I have to wrap. That made me so hungry. I know what I'm getting for dinner now. Since Yianna's stuck in traffic, we have co-host Stefan stepping in.
Hey, Anja. Nice to see you on the show. But how cool would it be if, we actually went on a trip to China?
That would be really cool. We should definitely do it. Sorry, I missed my line.
Okay. Well, anyways, now we better clear our calendars for the dates because we'll be going on after this show. We're almost out of time, but before we take off, we have a very special treat for our viewers.
Did you say dates?
Oh, no, Anja, you're getting off topic.
That's right. We have a special treat for our viewers. Jenna Shea, 19-year-old singer-songwriter from right here in Toronto, is joining us live in studio for a performance. Take it away, Jenna Shea. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for playing that song for us. Up next on the journal, director Felicia documents what it means to be a dance teacher and takes an interesting look at a few young men who come together to inspire the community in the name of dance. Let's take a look.
My name is Dwight Irving. Everyone knows me as Chinese. You know what I mean? Some people call me Chinky, China, whatever they want to call me, but everyone knows me as Chinese. But when I moved to Kipling, like they just like that over there was just like a lot of dancing going on that time. Like people were dancing, people were playing basketball. I'm not a good basketball player, so I said I want to dance. At that time, my mom gave me these DVDs, and I've been watching these DVDs with like dancehall artists like Bogo, Ding Dong, a lot of people, Ice, Mr. Waki, like so much people, and they were dancing, and I really liked that DVD, so I went into like the history and like learning the music, learning like other dancers and watching more DVDs, and after that it was just like, yo, dance.
My name's Omar Francis. I was a previous dancer, if that's what you guys want to know. And the program that I do right now basically is an art program. It's more than just a dance program. Dancing is one part of it. The other part we have dance, we have art, and we have young photographers / videographers. And we also have poets, spoken words, and kids that are basically any type of art frame they're interested in.
Omar hit me up, my good friend too. He used to dance with me in Rated, and he was like, "Yo, Chinese, I want you to do this dance thing." And I'm like, "Okay." And I was shy. I'm a shy person, so right now I'm shy, but you guys don't know. But yeah, so he told me, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do it because I'm not good at teaching. Back then I didn't really teach. It was more roach. I was just listening, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to do it. Like, I like a challenge. So I said, I'm gonna do this and see how it goes. And I like it, it's good. So with my students, it's every Wednesday, Friday from 4 to 5:30. And as soon as they get in, it's straight, like we stretch. We do like 15 minutes of stretching, and then like we warm up. We listen to music for like 5 minutes, and then we go right into the routines that I have for them. I usually bring like 2 reggae routines and like 1 hip hop routine for them. And I try to make sure that we actually go over all 3 routines. Sometimes we only do 2 routines, and I would have to like do the other routine the next class, which is okay. Like the Friday classes are more like a lot more people come in. Like I think that's the day we kind of get it pumping. But Wednesdays are like we chill and we like just dance.
Whatever talents they're interested or whatever talents they're working on, it can be the art to the dance to the video and to the music. I just hope they take it to another level, you know what I mean? That's the whole point of this program. That's why I want to take lead on this, and that's why I do this, right? It's to take whatever talents they had from whatever level they're at and just take it up a notch.
Yianna! How was the food?
It was delicious. Honestly, I had to run from here, but it was so good. Have you ever had dim sum before?
No, I've never had it, and
you
I'm
should
so
definitely
right now.
try it. If you're gonna do it, don't miss out because you will not regret it. I'm still so full right now.
Oh my god, I'm jealous.
Yeah. But did I miss anything while I was gone?
You missed the live performance, and Stefan had to fill in for you. So.
Okay. Bad. I really hope that went okay. How was that?
It was a little awkward. It was live. Things got a little interesting.
Okay. Well, how was Jasmine's performance?
It was amazing. She's so talented.
I'm so happy. I'm so sad that I missed it.
I know.
What did she perform?
She just played her guitar and sang this like really beautiful piece, and it was not a dry eye in the house.
Hopefully I will get to see it sometime because I am actually such a huge fan of her.
Yeah.
Next time.
Well, yeah, that's all the time we have on today's show. Don't forget to tune into next week's episode of The Journal. I've been your host, Ellam.
And I'm your host, Yianna Parra. And we will see you next time.